Hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Today, which is the day of our Elohim, I'll be talking about divide and rule. This is what our colonial masters have used and what they are still using to conquer us, to cause a divide between us. They used that longest time and they've passed it on to these Fulani people to actually cause there to be a quarrel, a division amongst us. Well, I'll be explaining it in a very simple illustration, divide and rule, on how they are trying to, or will I say, how they successfully did that. But today, people's eyes are getting to open. Now, imagine you're in a family. Your father gave birth to, say, two boys, for instance. And when your father was about to die, he gave the inheritance, gave land to the boys, to the two boys. Gave one land to one boy, gave one other land to the second boy. And now, see how it happens. The enemy from outside will come and talk to one of the brothers and tell the brothers, this your other brother, oh. Can you imagine what he's done? This is an instance. Imagine what your brother has done. Oh. I'll give you money to break away from that family land and form your own state. The enemy will come and put lies and deceit to tell you things to make you fight with your brother. So they will cause this enmity with you and your brother. You'll be fighting with your brother. Meanwhile, you and your brother are from the same father. When the enemy succeeds in causing disunity between you and your brother, either through monetary wise, by paying you to form your own caliphate or empire, what I call it state. Let's say let's name the state there's something state, Calabari state, for instance. Now A, then your second brother's state is Calabari state B, for instance. Now, let's say 10 generations down the line of those brothers, the children that they will born, their offsprings, will all feel they are from their individual states. So the offspring of Calabari A will say, it's 10 generations down the line. They'll ask him, what state are you from? You say, I'm from Calabari A. The second brother, these generations down the line, they'll ask them, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Calabari B. Not knowing that they are all brothers from the same source. Sorry, not knowing their relatives from the same source. So these generations down the line will now start seeing themselves as different states. Oh, where are you from? I'm from Calabari A. Where are you from Calabari B? That way. And this enmity that has been created right from the source between the two brothers, initial brothers, will go down the lane to their offsprings. Their offsprings will now start having enmity between themselves, Calabari A and Calabari B. They start having problems. Unknown to them, the outsider who created this enmity between them will be there laughing at them. So you can see how the divide and rule works. So, like Imo State, for instance, now, in the time past, Imo State was a large region. It spread across to River State. That's Imo State. Oh. For instance, Imo State was cut across to River State. But when all this divide and rule started, they cut away Owerri. They cut away some portions of Owerri and named it River State. Now, let me take your mind back. You know King Jaja of Opobo. You can research it. King Jaja of Opobo is from Imo State. And he settled in Opobo, which is the present-day Rivers. Opobo is in the present-day Rivers. Opobo is a town in River State. Jaja of Opobo, like I said, he's from Imo. And Imo, as at then, spread across through rivers. So it was one big region until these people, evil Nigerian people, came and decided to start dividing, cut away the lands, and named one part River State and Owerri, another state. That is why you see someone without historic knowledge will say who lives in rivers and say he's not and sees an Igbo person as his enemy, or sees an Igbo person as not his brother. Meanwhile, they are from the same source. The same thing for Anambra and Enugu. If Anambra and Enugu was just one state, what happened? Divide and rule. Divided the state into two. Now we had Enugu, we have Anambra. So we can see how this divide and rule, how it works. The outsider will come and plant a seed, a bad seed amongst you, and you two, the two people will start quarreling. Unknown to them that they are brothers and sisters. So you need to be wise. You need to be able to identify when the enemy is coming, to sow a bad seed amongst your brethren, brothers and sisters. You need to know. This is just a little explanation on divide and rule. How they will divide your state, divide your land, divide your relationships, and give it to, and name it one person, and name it the other one to another person. You two start quarreling. That is why Wike is saying he's not an Igbo. Just imagine that. When River State was formerly part of Imo State, they were one region, one land. So it's like saying the father who had large expanse of land, as large of, Imo State, gave it out to his to siblings. So they are living in different parts of Imo State, spreading across to rivers, present-day rivers. That is where Imo State spreads to. And one stupid person will come and tell you that carve out one side and give that side to another person. The other person will start feeling he's not part of the original land. And this thing goes on to generations. When they have this ideology, this thing in their mind, that is why we need to set this record straight. Revisit history and set this record straight in history, so people are aware of the true state of where they are from.